Hi guys, so I know I look really awkward right now because I have my towel on, I have no makeup on, my cheeks are all rosy. My cheeks are naturally rosy. So I figured I would show you guys my skincare routine and how I keep my skin somewhat clear, minus the rosy cheeks right here. I have no idea why I get that. I've always had that. Damn it, my towel. I literally just got out of the shower, so I figured this would be a good time to show you what I do. For my face wash, I use the St. Ives Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub. Looks like this. I'm almost out of it. I actually do that. That's like the first thing that I do is wash my face, and then I do it before I do it again. I do it twice. I feel like that doesn't clean it enough for my liking, but when I do it twice, it doesn't enough, and I don't really want to buy an expensive face scrub. It does the job. It makes my skin feel super smooth. Yeah, so I do that, and then I'll go in with, I have like this electric razor here for my face. Looks like this. I'll like turn it on and I'll like pull my skin tight up here and then like get all the face hairs off, and I do it with my upper lip too because I get a little like peach fuzz there and I hate it. Or right here too, get it there. For my moisturizer, I use this bad boy. Cetaphil lotion, moisturizing lotion. I use that, and then I just got this new product in my Birchbox. It's called Dr. Lily Fan Probiotic Recovery Cream. I used a little bit of this. It smells really, really good. The Cetaphil, you don't smell anything, but I love that. And then for like blending out my pores and everything, if I want to like smooth out my pores and stuff and like any flaws, I use the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. Looks like this. I lost the cap. I usually just put it on like in this area on my nose, here and here, and a little bit here depending on if I have any texture here. I'll have texture here sometimes, and I don't right now, but I do like right here. I have a pimple here. And then for primer, I have two primers that I use. I have like a sample version of the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation primer. Looks like that. I like it, but I don't use it for the same thing as like the baby skin. But for all over my face, I have two favorites right now, and the other one I don't have at the moment. I have this one, the Wet n Wild Coverall Primer Base. This one's really, really refreshing. If you don't want any like glow or anything on your skin, you can use that. And the other one is the Loreal Lumi Primer. That is like my #1 primer. That's my go-to. I love it. So I figured today I would show you guys how I apply my foundation as well. Right now, since I kind of have a tan, I use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I'm in the shade 208 Sun Beige. So I think I'm going to do that for you guys today. It might be a little bit of an awkward. Oop, I just got foundation on my pants. So I put it on the back of my hand. I usually take about like this much because I usually just like take it down my neck too to blend it in. But I take a brush like this. This is from Walgreens. It has no brand on it. I dip it in and I just drag it down like this, the side of my face, just so I'll get an even application. I use a lot of foundation. I love a flawless face. But I don't use this to like blend in my foundation. I just use it to apply it. Because like I said, it gives like an even application. That's what I really like about doing this. I actually learned this trick from Roxette. I love her. She's like beside Jaclyn Hill for my favorites. It looks so funny right now. And then to blend it out, I use the damp beauty blender. This one's super old. And I'll just blend it out. Just dab it. Don't do any like downward strokes with it because that's just gonna push it around and it's just not gonna look good. But do this. This has been my way of applying foundation for probably like 5 years now. Well, with the beauty blender, not with this technique. I just started doing this, and this is like my holy grail. This is what I use every day as to how I apply my foundation. Now forehead. For the forehead, I do downward strokes too because I have baby hairs on it. And when I do like sideward strokes, it pushes my baby hairs around and you can really see them. So if you have any type of hair on your forehead, I recommend you doing downward strokes as well because you don't want to see them. I don't like to go ham on my shaving my baby hairs just because A, it would take way too long, and B, I don't want to look perfectly smooth. So I'm taking this down my neck. I'm telling you guys, I do really use a lot of foundation. I will admit it. You guys don't have to tell me twice. I use a lot. I had a better tan when I got this foundation color, so it's probably why it doesn't really match me very well anymore, but it's alright. Okay, I'm going to use what's left over in my hand like this to put over my cheeks because I hate how rosy they are. I'm kind of a hypocrite though because I hate how naturally rosy my cheeks are, but I put blush over them and bronzer because that makes sense. I don't know. I'm not the only one who does it, so that's all that matters. Okay. So that looks just about good. I like to lift up my necklace and blend it down. My boobs showing. Okay. Then for concealer, I take the Master Conceal by Face Studio. It's like this. I'm in the shade Dirty Light / Medium. I'm going to do the same thing and put it on the back of my hand. And I don't use a lot for both eyes and underneath my eye. I only use this much. Because a little really goes a long way with this concealer. It's so good. It really is. I know it looks like I said a little goes a long way, but this is a little bit. Because like I said, I use a lot of makeup. And I put it on my eyelid. This is how I prime my eyelids, by the way. I put powder over them. And it just helps my eyeshadows go on a lot smoother for some reason. And blends easier. Okay, and I have about this much left over. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm going to use the rest for like down my nose, Cupid's bow, chin. And then I just take my beauty blender and just wipe the rest off. And whatever's left I'll just take off with a makeup remover wipe. And I'll just blend this in. I kind of forgot if I showed you guys how to apply this. I'm not sure if I did. I might have told you, but I didn't showed you. And then for concealer, I just dab it. Just look up and dab it. You gotta really like get in your eye, unfortunately, to have the whole thing covered. This is kind of like a wet concealer though, so you want to like keep blending until it's dry, because if you don't, if you stop blending it when it's wet, then it creases. So you want to blend it until it's completely dry. But it dries really fast though, like it's already almost dry, and it's not going to crease on me because I have been blending it, but I like to switch in between eyes too, so this doesn't dry the way it was applied. I'm finally now able to go on camera without makeup on. It didn't even bother me before. When I first started, I was like, I don't really want to do it, but alright. By the way, I have chapstick on. It's Hey Honey Besame Mucho Shea Butter and Propolis Lip Balm. Looks like this. I got it in my Birchbox. But I'm going to get on to powder now. So I use this brush by Luxie 660 Precision Foundation. It's like this. It's right here. So I take it and I just put it underneath my eye right here. I just use this tiny little brush. I always have the sniffles when I do my makeup. I don't know why. I only use this small brush on my under eye and my eyelids. I go in with a bigger brush for my entire face, because I do powder my entire face. Because if I don't, I mean, with this foundation, you can, I do my nose too, because there's my smile lines. If you don't powder your smile lines as well, then they're going to crease like just like your eyelids. So I always do my smile lines. Oh, did I even tell you what powder I'm using? It's the Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder. Looks like this. This is the best powder ever. So I'm just going to do my other eye. On my eyelid. Okay, so the setting that is all done. So now I'm going to take a bigger brush. This is the Morphe M401 brush. Looks like this. It's really dirty, I gotta clean it. I just swirl it around like this, tap it off, and then I just dab it. If you like swirl around your powder on your foundation, then like this, then it pushes around your foundation, and your foundation just doesn't look as flawless. You can see that you swirl it around, and it's just not good. And hair brushes, or brush hairs, millet. And if you do the swirling, you're more likely to get the brush hairs to fall out. So that's just what I like to do. I just like to dab it. Gotta get your mustache. Yeah. And then up here. I really like to take my time on this, so I make sure that I'm setting everything. And then, since I did do my neck, I know it doesn't really matter because it's your neck, but I just do it because it's just part of my routine. This part you can do swirls with, because it doesn't matter if it's false or not. But I just do set my neck with this real quick. Just what I like to do it. I know I probably already showed you bronzer, but I want to show you anyway. So I'm about to do it. So I use the Physicians Formula bronzer. Let me see if they have a shade. Bronze Pearl. Looks like this. I'm almost out of it. I'm so sad. I just take this Eco Tools brush. It doesn't really have a label. It looks like this. I dip it in like this on the side. And like on top of my ear right here. Maybe sucking your cheese. You can see where it matches up and lines up. I'm not just contouring with this. I'm bronzing. I'm putting it on my cheeks and everything because it's summertime. I like to have color. In the wintertime when I'm pale, I don't do this because it just makes my face look super muddy. I just use a contour. But this one isn't really as pigmented as I would like to be, so I have to apply it a lot. But it's really blendable, so it's okay. And I like to take it up on my forehead as well. And I do it on the side right here too. But I make sure it all matches up. I didn't really get in my hairline very well, if you could see it right there. I like to take it down my nose too. Like, it makes it look like I've got some color in my nose too. I mean, everyone knows that it's fake. It's okay. You can actually see my contour right here. If you look like that, you can see it. So I'm going to put it directly in there. I mean, I don't really have to use the guidelines for my contour. I kind of just like learn where my lines are after a while. But that's one tip for anyone who doesn't know how to contour. For a bronzer though, you want to use a brush like this, but for contouring, you want to use a brush that looks like, where is it? Looks like this. So when you contour, here I'll do it on the side since you can see my actual line. You want to go like that. But not with a bronzer like this. I mean, you could do a bronzer and contour. I know I do that sometimes when I have color, and I know a lot of people just do that all the time. But in the winter, like I said, I just don't like to use this because it makes my face dirty. Sorry if my air conditioner is really loud, by the way. It's just so hot tonight. I just can't do it. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with the same Morphe brush and the same powder, Stay Matte one like this, and I'm going to just blend everything together. I know I said don't swirl it around, but when your face is already set, your foundation's not going to move when you do swirly motions. I just discovered that, so that's why I just said it. And then this is just going to help blend everything together. So you don't want it to look super patchy or like dirty or anything. Alright. Now, I think I'm going to do blush. I'm already going into it, so might as well. I reuse a lot of brushes. I'm guilty of that, I do. But today I'm going to use the Morphe R10 brush, looks like this, and I'm taking the Balm Springs Long Wearing Blush in Full Swing, I guess it's called. It looks like this. It's a really pretty shade. I'm going to dip in like that to have the excess and a smile. I don't like a lot of blush, but because my cheeks are already rosy, but that's literally all I'm applying. That's literally it. That's it. I'm dead serious. That's all I'm applying. So now I'm going to move on to highlighter. I'm going to use the same Morphe brush, this one. I'm going to go into the L'Oreal True Match Illumi Powder Glow Illuminator. Looks like this. I'm going to dip into it and highlight my cheekbones. This is literally my favorite part of the entire makeup process. This and mascara. I have no idea why. I'll take it up here too on your bronzer and connect it down your cheekbone. When you're applying highlighter, it has to be a C like this. It really does. And then I'm going to dip into it and put it on my nose. Don't apply a lot on your nose though. Blend it out. Just because of the fact that like, and on my cupid so too. Just because of the fact that it like can look super plasticky. So I just don't like to apply a lot. But if I'm going out though, that's a whole other story, sister. Or mister. I'm new, so I don't know who's watching yet, but hello. There you go. But if I was gonna say, if I'm going out, I won't use just one. I will use, I got a sample of it. It's the Show Me Your Glow Elizabeth Mott Shimmer Shadow slash highlighter. It's really pretty. It looks like this. You can't really see it. I use a lot of it, but just wait till you see it. It's like, oh, amazing. Like, look at that. It's so pretty. But I mean, I'm not going out. I'm showing you how pretty it is. On the tip of my nose and at the top. Because if you bring it down all the way, like all the way down your nose, it just looks funny. I don't know. That's just my preference, though. It's not. I'm not telling you what to do. You do you do. You do you. Okay, so I'm gonna take my towel off. That's pretty much everything that I do with my foundation. I don't really do anything else. I mean, I usually use a setting spray, but I don't have one right now. So yeah. Oh yeah, if you want to add some extra glow too, before putting on your foundation, if you want to like add extra glow here, you can use a True Match Illumi Liquid Glow Illuminator. You can put it on top of your foundation or underneath it in the spots where you want highlighted. But this is the finished look. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Subscribe, thumbs up, and thanks. See you guys later.